I have been jotting down ideas and stuff to post on this channel because there is a certain topic that defines myself that the majority of people will not like about me, and I wanted to make myself and this channel seem appealing before I reveal myself and potentially ruining my time on this platform. But I'm honestly so fed up and I want to speak my opinion about something that has been bothering me for a few months. I'm low-key scared of risking my chance of being seen as cool or something, but this is something I want to talk about. You know, the purpose of this channel was to bring my Instagram opinions and confessions into video version so people can get a better understanding of what I was trying to explain through the slides of Instagram, because some things get misinterpreted when you're just reading through text, so I think voice is better. And running that opinions account, I was content with it. I was happy. I was proud of getting a lot of attention. It wasn't much, but it was more than what I would get before. I got more likes and more comments, and people would DM me. I was in a couple of group chats and I was getting a following, but all of that went down the drain really after one statement that I said that really just flipped around. I said that Woojin is innocent and I will support him and help him out of this mess. Well, I didn't say that exactly, but I wish I did because that would make me sound cooler. But after that, a few people unfollowed me. My post stopped getting attention. I would look back in my post today and they barely passed the 11 likes mark, which they actually used to get about 20 to 30 at a time. And most people that DM'd me didn't want anything to do with me and were disappointed in me. One time, it is known that I stan NCT, right? Hence my username. And an A-teenie came to me so they could get some help in learning NCT. And we were getting along and our NCT lessons were going smoothly, but then they stopped because they were not amused that I supported Woojin. Which is why I am afraid of making this kind of content so early. I was hoping to get a small audience and have them hooked with content I put out and then be like, y'all having a good time? Yes? Cool. Now listen, y'all need to be knocked with some sense. But I'm risking that because this opinion of mine needs to be out there. This is not the typical Woojin is innocent video. Whether you support him or hate him, we are already on the same page that he is innocent from every scandal the netizens dropped on him. Whether you like it or not, it's the truth. But that's a story for another day. This video is a little different, and if you weren't already aware from the title, this video is about our precious leader 𝘊𝘁. I have been waiting for this one, and don't be startled. I'm not going to drag him or start anything with him like most people do on the internet. I just want to bring this to your attention, and to be honest, I know the Woojin haters will not give a fuck about this. This is more for the Cubs, the Woojin supporters. This is a theory for us to figure out, and this is a theory or an opinion I've had for months, and it's time for me to share it. To whoever this may concern, I find something suspicious about 𝘊𝘁, and I'm going to explain what it is. As a person who is going around putting wentais in their places saying that Chan cared for Woojin and vice versa, I'm having second thoughts about it. I'm confused if Chan really did care for Woojin, or if he did, he doesn't anymore. Did something actually happen between the two? Because something is not right here. Because if he did, I believe this whole mess that, oh, Woojin hurt the members, Woojin bullied the members, would probably be over by now. I say this because, look, it all started with that famous betrayal live of 𝘊𝘁, where he goes on a rant about betrayal, and it made it seem it was about Woojin. It seemed really clear that he was throwing shade at him. Then he released his song Don't Wanna Acknowledge, which kind of added fuel to the fire. The next Chance Room he hosted, he specified that the song was not about him, even though it seemed like it did. After this, we were still confused on what the hell is going on with the relationship of Stray Kids and Woojin, since Woojin's departure was so sudden and abrupt. Then September came, and a group of dumbass girls from South America decided to just ruin it all from here. We got sexual assault accusations, which was debunked, yet for some reason people still believe it. But anyway, the problem now is the accusation of 𝘊𝘵𝘳𝘪𝘴 bullying his members, which I want to flat out say is not true. You know why? Because the thread of the anonymous JYPE staff that sparked the whole thing was fake. Because this person really said that they brought it up to the CEO, or the CEO made up his mind to kick him out. The CEO being JYP himself, right? Wrong. JYP is not the CEO of JYPE. And the people overlooked that and decided to dig up red flags and just plain out ignoring the thing that literally showed that this was a setup. Anyone who had a brain that understood this discrepancy would go around tell these antis that, hey, we had it all wrong, guys. But the antis don't care, and they are still so convinced that the fake account, the videos they edited, and the full-on fake story is the truth, and will bully him and bully everyone who supports him, and will even threaten them or tell them to end their lives. And unfortunately, we have lost some stays. And you know why this is still happening? Because Stray Kids, mainly Bang-chan, hasn't said shit to stop this, where I'm starting to believe he might willingly want this to happen. I say that it's mainly Bang-chan's responsibility to address this because stays always preach, oh, we love Chan, we'll listen to him. And besides, Felix tried to talk to you all about how he felt one time, and y'all bashed him. So if y'all will bash Felix, then you will most certainly bash the rest, unless it's Bang-chan. Because you know how it hurts when you see him disappointed. But that's the thing, people will not believe the info about 𝘊𝘵𝘳𝘪𝘴 not hurting the members because Bang-chan won't talk about it. Well, he can't talk about it. I know that. But honestly, I think they can, and I'll tell you why. Going back to when Chan released Don't Wanna Acknowledge, everyone thought it was about 𝘊𝘵𝘳𝘪, and then the following live he said that it was not. It seemed that he was bothered by the comments saying that it was about 𝘊𝘵𝘳𝘪. You know, he didn't have to do that. He could have left us hanging and had us believe what we were thinking, but he didn't, and he told us that it was not about him and to not send him hate. Why would Chan do something like that when 𝘊𝘵𝘳𝘪 was not to be historically or verbally mentioned in Stray Kids, from the Stray Kids? If 𝘊𝘵𝘳𝘪 were to hurt him, why would it address that it wasn't about 𝘊𝘵𝘳𝘪? Like I said, he could have just left us hanging. So if he can literally tell us, without even saying his name, it was not about him, wouldn't you think he can step in now and be like, there are some rumors going around that we were getting hurt in the past, and I want to say that it's not true, so if all of these rumors and fights can stop? Seriously, Chris, I just sugarcoated it for you, and you cannot even say that? Another video that is not 𝘊𝘵𝘳𝘪 related actually is the Chance live, or the Chanlix live, or the Chan and Felix live, whatever you want to call it. It was before either Go Live or In Live was gonna release, and the fans were begging for spoilers or something that had to do with spoilers, and Chan was basically like, yeah, let's do it. And Felix seemed low-key nervous that they were gonna get in trouble. If you're not aware, in JYPE, it's a very strict rule to not spoil your incoming comeback, your song, your choreo. I don't know the specifics, but they do get in trouble if they do. And Chan in that live was telling Felix that it's fine, that he doesn't care if it's for stays. Right. So Chan, if you can risk spoiling your song, knowing you might suffer some consequences, you cannot talk about the situation with 𝘊𝘵𝘳𝘪𝘴. Whereas if it's for stays, I don't care if I get in trouble. And lastly, I came across a video that was called Bang-chan Mad at Staff or something. I'll find it later, but it was a video of Stray Kids doing something and the staff were not prepared, and it was low-key annoying Chris. They were sitting on some cushions on, a staircase, and the staff were trying to fix them or whatever, and they told Chris to get up and move, and he got up and moved to where they told him to, and literally just tossed or just dropped his cushion, and the rest of the members were like, oh shit. They were nervous because, if I'm not mistaken, this was on live, so they tried dodging it and with just continuing the conversation. Then the staff told Hyunjin to plug in something because they had to watch something, and Hyunjin didn't know what to do. If anything, the staff should have plugged it in beforehand, or at least get up to help him, but they just stayed there and watched Hyunjin struggle, so Chan had to do it himself and plugged it in. All in all, he was annoyed about how disorganized the situation was, and he was not afraid in showing his attitude. And knowing little things like this blow up and is considered to be like being rude to a staff or acting up to a staff. I mean, with the Woojin situation, Woojin can breathe and that can set a red flag, but when Bang Chan is literally showing attitude to the staff, it's considered cool, brave, him being a great leader. I don't get that part. But it was very clear as to why he was doing this. I would have been pissed off too. So if Bang Chan is comfortable with giving attitude to staff, he cannot just break one rule to tell us about this rumor because it's giving their group the wrong recognition and reputation. I know they are not allowed to disclose any information or to even recognize Woojin as a member anymore, which is fine. But even if it's a yes, he did hurt us. But the thing is, if he did hurt them, JYPE would have specified that in the departure statement like he did with a trainee that did have a history of doing bad things. Now, I'm thinking that Chan either is letting this happen because he doesn't actually care for Woojin, or who knows, maybe he has been told to not talk about this and maybe they threatened his career. I believe it's the second one because JYPE is strict. We've been new. And I would feel bad that Chan, having been in the JYPE dungeon for, what did he say, 7 years, to finally live his dream and to be shattered by saying the truth. He probably had to choose between his job or telling the truth, which is maybe that Woojin has been mistreated in the company. I mean, he was the main vocalist and he rarely had any lines or screen time. He was in a strict corn diet. He was told by JYP himself that he wasn't supposed to be in the group, and before even debuting him, there were campaigns to kick him off already. And it seemed that he had enough, and honestly, it was a good call for him to leave. And the company wouldn't write in his departure letter that they were mistreating him because they would have to do that too. So that's why they didn't do it. If Woojin were still in the group, he would probably still be suffering whatever was happening behind the scenes. But I say that Bang Chan might not have cared for him is because he doesn't even speak up about the bullying within the fandom. He tried saying something on, the Bubble app? Guys, thank you for being nice to each other. You know you are better than that. No, Chris, you need to put your foot down. You have lost stays. Not only in the fandom, like me, but you also lost some stays' lives. Also, you said that Stay's comebacks are so clever and funny. What tweets or posts are you reading where Stays are arguing with someone that has to do with defending Stray Kids in that very moment? The Woojin stands and the Stays interactions. And I'm sorry, but the Stays comebacks are so terrible, and I don't know if it's because you have a bad sense of humor to where you think laughing at comments saying that in which they victimize you guys and telling people to harm themselves is funny. I hope you don't find that funny. Maybe you actually found some funny Stays. Where? Did you have to dig under all the bullying and the arguing within the fandom? Because that's all this fandom is. I know you see it, Chan, and you are staying quiet. Do anything for Stays, huh? Hate to break it to you, buddy, but for some Stays, it's too late. And the fact that some Stays lost their life for something that your fandom caused and you didn't speak up about it, I'm really not blaming you or trying to guilt trip you, but this is a mess. That is your fandom needs to stop and could. But this mess that is your fandom needs to stop and could have stopped a long time ago if you would have said something about the situation. Even if it's he did hurt us, I would be disappointed. But at least the question was answered. But no, your fans are actually taking advantage that you haven't said anything and making up things as they go. You need to stand your ground because you want to know what? Most of these fans are not real fans because you know why? After begging for your lives and your virtual hugs, after your speeches about love and respect, once you turn off that camera, they turn around and do the exact opposite. Plus, here's some food for thought. Guess what, Chan? Some fans don't care about you. This fan says if you were to speak about the situation and if you said the truth, they would go against you. Talk about that betrayal live. Newsflash, your fans are doing it. Hope you're aware of that. Or did Woojin actually do something? Ugh, I'm tired that this fandom, we had it so good. Then one day, one thing happened and ruined it all for us. And I know it's not our business. And if we don't need to know, we don't need to know. But can't you just do something to clear the air? Because this situation is the reason why your fandom is a mess and has been for the past 5 months. I read in a Woojin support account that they will not forgive or trust Chan if something were to happen to Woojin. Woojin gets hate on a day-to-day basis and he said it affected him. And he said that it affected him in the beginning. And it could still affect him now. And it's just a lot worse to where someone can find him in the streets and hurt him. Or even can hurt himself. And all of it could have been prevented if Chan would have said something. And I would have to agree. Saying a few words can fix all of this. And if he is just playing... Saying a few words can fix all of this, and if he's just sitting there and letting the castle crumble even more, then I cannot support someone like that. I don't know why I acted in the middle of my speech like Bang-chan was gonna see this. Unless... Nah. To conclude this, there is something off. It seems like the company or the group are using the scandal for attention. Like the thing about the thumbnails. They didn't have to do that, and especially during the scandal. They could have done that a long time ago when he was gone. Stays eating every ounce of bullshit and using it to boost Stray Kids up. Woojin said himself that he felt like he was dragging the group's success. And that he would leave if it makes Stray Kids live their dreams. And guess what he did? He left. And guess what happened after? Stray Kids skyrocketed. Look, I love Stray Kids, and I love Chan, but something's gotta happen, and it's better sooner than later because it's getting out of hand. Don't keep this up, Stray Kids, unless you actually want to let it happen.